Hey guys, what is going on? This is Kale. In this video, I want to talk about intervals, specifically thirds, fourths, and fifths. I'm going to be using the major scale for this exercise, and rather than me tabbing it out, I want to explain to you what I'm doing, the method behind this exercise. So this way, instead of trying to memorize it by looking at a sheet or the video, this way you're thinking about it, which will help you in memorizing these patterns, and also you will be able to apply it for different scales along with different major scale positions, etc., etc. Now some of you might be wondering why this is important to learn. Well, it's important to learn because first of all, it's good for working on your alternate picking and just your technical ability, but most importantly, it's another tool you can use when it comes to improvising and writing your own stuff. The common thing when you learn a scale is, and you start trying to improv, is how do you use that scale. So this is one way you can use it. Probably some point in the future I will do a video showing how to apply these ideas, but the first step would be just to learn this exercise. For these exercises, we're going to be using the G major scale. I'm going to be using it in the second position, which goes like this, in case you're not familiar with it. 3, 5, 7 on the 6th string, and then 3, 5, 7 on the 5th string, then 4, 5, 7 on the 4th string, same thing on the 3rd string, 4, 5, 7, 5, 7, 8 on the 2nd string, and then 5, 7, 8 on the 1st string. So the first step before working on these intervals is to make sure that you have the scale down, just going up and down the scale. So for the explanation for the thirds, what I'm doing is I'm starting from the first note of the major scale, which we're doing in the key of G. So we're starting from the root note, which is G. That's the first note, and then we're skipping the second note and we're going to play the third note, which is a B. So it's the third away from the first note. 1, 2, 3. But we're not playing that middle note, we're just jumping right to the next note. And then you're going to do the same thing from the second note of the scale, which is an A. And then so on. You can just keep repeating that all the way till the end of the scale. And it's the same thing backwards as well. You're going to repeat the same steps. Now for the fourths, you're going to be following the exact same concept, but now you're playing the fourth note apart from each note of the scale. So you've got the first note, and the fourth note would be the C, which is on the fifth string, 3rd fret. So 1, 2, 3, 4. But rather than the patterns of fours, which I did in my previous video, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're just skipping those notes in between, and we're jumping right to that fourth note from the first note of the scale. I just play with my first finger. I just do like a little like that. And then you can do the same thing from each note of the scale. So now we're gonna go to the second note of the scale. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's from the third note of the scale. Then so on. Up there. You want to do the same thing backwards as well. I didn't alternate pick there, but you want to make sure you're alternate picking. So let me do that again. I'm going to go backwards as well, which goes like this. Of course, you want it to be all fluid. You don't want it to have those gaps in there. You want to just... So that's fours. Sorry, intervals of fourths. Okay, so this is going to be the last one. We're going to do fifths. And you guess it, it's the same concept as the other ones. So you're playing a fifth apart from each note of the scale. So that's how this goes. I'm going to play it nice and slow. You're going to make sure you're alternate picking every note. This one's pretty tricky, so definitely just count it out if you need to do it, right? So if you're starting from the first note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And same thing from the second note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're gonna skip it, all those notes in between. And you want to do backwards as well. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like the video, share it with a friend, subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, make sure to drop a comment below, and I'll be more than happy to answer that as soon as I get a chance to. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk soon. Peace.